Who started East Coast, West Coast war? Was it Pac? Was it Biggie? Or was it the media?
Did Tupac ever tell you personally how much he respected you and how much you inspired him?
Yeah, because at one point, we was trying to set up a deal where us and the Outlaws would do an album together, and then we actually did a song. I don't know if the song ever came out, but it was on one of the albums that Tupac that his peoples put out after his untimely demise, and we did a song with the Outlaws. So, the time that we was in the studio and we drinking and we chopping it up, everybody, share war stories, throw around accolades and all that, because it was me and Score and Pac and then some of the Outlaws, and yeah, we, he chopped it up, showed us real respect. I mean, he's a good, respectable dude. Like, a lot of people that hear about Pac and like you would hear one thing, but if you have a chance to sit down and talk to him, he's a totally different type of brother. He's more of a thinker. You like the average person would think that he's more like an action guy. Like he could just he'll make a move. To me, he came across as more of a thinker than a guy that would just do something like on impulse. Like he seemed to me like he would put a little thought in before he actually do something.
Right. So before Tupac was murdered, he was trying to help you get a record deal, right?
Yeah, the deal was basically set up. We had the whole deal set up. We was going to do a deal. It was going to be me, Scorp, and the Outlaws, and we was going to do an album. And then after he passed, of course, it all fell by the wayside because, he was basically the anchor. So what it would be, we would do the album, and then, the whole thing would be banking on, Pac do a feature here and there, and then, that would have been, that was basically the whole gist of what the deal was going to be. Just, they basically was going to do the deal, but it was all predicated on maybe Pac could do a feature. So that's what it was all about.
Was it going to be on Death Row, or was it going to be on the label Tupac was working on, Machiavelli Records?
No. It was on a label that was out of Chicago. Actually, it was called Straight Game Records. And they had the deal all set up. It was called Straight Game.
You being one of the creators of hip hop and the culture, what did you think about the whole East Coast West Coast beef between Tupac and Biggie?
Well, for me, the East Coast and West Coast beef, it was more of a media generated phenomenon than it was an actual beef. Because for me, if two guys got a beef, and especially if two guys that got money, and I'll say this for Biggie and Pac, or for anybody that got a beef, if two guys got a beef and they both got money, they could say we could go meet on that little island in the Bahamas and settle this shit. You see what I'm saying? So now it was just something that's going back and forth in the media, but it's not being settled. Like, now Tupac is a man, Biggie's a man, they crew, whoever, they could have settled it. But it didn't get settled because it really never was a beef like that. Like they might have, had a little disagreement or whatever it was, and then them not settling the beef, that's when it just kept escalating.